Hi everyone, welcome to my channel and welcome to this new lesson. Today I'm going to present the past continuous grammar lesson, which is included in the third sequence of the third year English program, Me and My Scientific World. So the framework that I'm going to apply for my lesson is PU. It means presentation, practice, and use. This is the framework which is applied to all the grammar lessons that you present. So, the objective of my lesson, by the end, my pupils will be able to talk about simultaneous actions happened in the past using the past continuous tense. And here I would add to talk about long simultaneous actions happened in the past using the past continuous tense. So, for the past continuous tense, it is somehow long. So I have divided it into affirmative form, then interrogative, then negative. I'm going to present each form separately. So, in the warm-up phase, of course, you're going to start your lesson with an activity which relaxes the atmosphere of your classroom with an interesting game or a riddle or whatever you want. Just try to check out the video related to the warm-up activities in the inbox. Then we have a preparation. Of course, before your pupils listen, or before they read, or before they write, or before you present any grammar item, you have to prepare your pupils. You cannot say, today we're going to talk about past continuous tense, just write the date and write the title. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that because this is the classical way of teaching. This is what we call lecturing, and we are not lecturing. We are involving our pupils in the learning process. It is a learner-centered learning. It is a learner-centered approach. So your pupils have to get involved in your learning process. They have to deduce the any item or any topic by themselves. So here I made it clear because some grammar lessons are not really contextualized in their sequence. For example, the sequence is about me and my scientific world, and then past continuous tense, and I maybe pick out some expressions given by Professor Habba in his interview in the script, which is available in the teacher's guide, but it doesn't match. I don't know why, but so I preferred to present my own context, asking explicit, clear questions to my pupils. So I said, what did you do yesterday? Because they have already dealt with the past simple, so I asked simple question. I chose a student, any student or any pupil, and I asked, what did you do yesterday? And your pupils may forget, of course, the irregular form of the verb to forget, and she or he says revising lessons, or I was revised lessons, or I revised my lessons. Anyways, it may be correct, it may be incorrect. Anyways, I'm going to take his example or her example to present my new item. And I ask another question. What was your mom doing when you were revising? Or what was your brother doing when you were revising? Here you're free to choose, of course, the family member you wish, because as you may know, we have to know our pupil. We cannot ask an orphan about his parents, because you just have to know each pupil and try to ask questions which are suitable to your pupils. And then she or he would say she was, for example, at the kitchen preparing dinner. I may organize the structure of his or her sentence in order to present the new item. Once I take my marker and write on the board sequence 3 lesson, and I leave it empty, of course, because it's grammar lesson, and I write examples, here I am in the presentation phase. So I write example on the board. Selma, for example, was revising her lessons. Another sentence, Mom was preparing dinner. So here I'm going to separate these sentences and write the verb, of course, in red. And I'm going to interact with my pupils. I ask, when did these events happen? They're going to say they happened in the past. Did they happen at the same time? They would say yes. Are they long actions or short actions? We're going to say they are long actions. The fact of preparing dinner is a long action. Revising lessons takes time. Then I ask my pupils here, my interaction is going to be involving 2 points. The first point is about the connector while, it means how to connect the 2 sentences. And the second point is to focus on the verb. How are the verbs formed? So I want to connect, I tell my pupils that I want to connect these sentences to make one sentence. And I may use a connector, which is while. How can I do that? You're going to leave your pupils. They're going to try to do it by themselves. And of course, some pupils are going to change the tenses because they know that when the connector is like included in a sentence, many things change. So just leave them do that alone. And then you're going to say, Selma was revising her lessons while mom was preparing dinner, or while her mom was preparing dinner. I put while in the middle of the sentence. Why? To connect 2 sentences, 2 long actions. These are keywords, 2 long actions which happened at the same time in the past. If I say 2 long actions, it means I'm using the continuous form. If I say they are happened in the past, it means I'm using the past continuous. You have to focus on the keywords you employ. So then I write this sentence and then I say, I can use this connector at the beginning of the sentence. How can I use that? You're going to leave your pupils do it by themselves. While Selma was revising her lessons, comma, her mom was preparing dinner. Or, while mom was preparing dinner, comma, Selma was revising her lessons. I write this sentence and I say, what changes have occurred in this sentence? They're going to say that we have added comma and we have put while at the beginning. And of course, we start with the first action or the second action. It doesn't matter because there is no first and second action. They are simultaneous actions happened at the same time. Then I'm going to focus on the verbs. Let's focus on the verbs, guys. Was revising and was preparing. How many verbs do we have in this sentence? I'm going to say maybe 4, maybe 2, maybe I don't know. Here I'm going to say that was revising is a verb and was preparing is a verb. I'm going to circle the verbs so that my pupils know that was revising is one verb and was preparing is one verb. And I may say something very important. My dear pupils, wherever you see ing, it has to be preceded by an auxiliary. Wherever you see ing, it means you're dealing with continuous form. Wherever you see have or had before a verb, we're dealing with perfect form. This is something your pupils should bear in mind. Then, which tense, what is the infinitive of the verb was? It is to be. What about revising? It is to revise. Okay, I put to be with to revise in one verb. To be is conjugated in the past. And revising, we have added to it ing. Here, this verb contains 2 verbs, one auxiliary and one verb, and then ing. Was is to be in the past, plus verb stem, plus ing. It means revise is a verb stem, and we've added ing. What about was preparing? It's the same thing. You have to explain the same way as you did for was revising. And then I say orally. So to talk about long actions in the past, we use past continuous tense. To talk about 2 simultaneous actions or 2 long simultaneous actions in the past, I use past continuous tense with while. It means I'm going to include while in the middle or at the beginning of the sentence. This should be done orally. And then I'm going to ask my pupils, what is the title of my today's lesson? The title is past continuous form or past continuous, and here I add simultaneous actions, or say past continuous with while means here we're dealing with past with simultaneous actions, and I add between parentheses affirmative form. I won't make my pupils get confused, so I prefer to start with affirmative, trying to explain the new form, trying to explain how to employ while in the sentence, and then we're going to move to the other forms. Then I don't need to write the rule because it's very clear and your pupils have to practice. So the first activity is going to be a form-based. It means that your pupils are going to get the structure. And here I have introduced one sentence with while in the middle and another sentence with while, which should be written at the beginning because we have here comma. So you have to make your pupils pay attention to punctuation while dealing with this kind of grammar lessons. I move now to another activity which is a form-based. Here they have to look at the subject in order to know what to circle. She was aware combing her hair, my classmates was aware running, and I was aware playing football. Here they are going to somehow assimilate rule, okay? They have already dealt with was and where with all the subjects, but here it's okay to state the rule in a form of an activity, and it's very useful. And before I move to another form-based activity, I have to present these spelling rules to my pupils because it's something new for them. Here I say that write, wherever you see a verb which ends with E, we omit the E and we add ing. Wherever you see a verb which ends with Y, we don't omit anything because I know that study somehow is not irregular, but it changes in the present simple tense. Here we don't have to change anything, just to write study and we add ing. And here we have some verbs which contain consonant, vowel, consonant. We just have to double the T at the end. Here for stop, you may present sit because it contains vowel, consonant, vowel. And you may also present stop, which contains two consonants, vowel, consonant. And you explain that it has to do with the vowel sound, which is in the middle. So we double the last letter. And then we move to the third activity, my father to read a newspaper. Here I'm going to put the verbs in the past continuous tense. And the last activity, my friend to be, of course, you have the freedom to provide your pupils with the activity you wish. Here I am in the use phase. So here your friend wants to know about where your family members doing while you were doing your homework, while you were surfing the net, while you were watching TV, I don't know. Just have to provide you with some sentences using while, but here I try to put it in context and then you're free to present the context you wish. Thank you so much, my dear followers, for watching this video. I just have to mention something very important. If this lesson does not really take 45 minutes, just do it in two sessions. The most important thing is that your pupils understand. Take care of yourselves. Goodbye.